guys, yeah, so today's video is on my Camaro. Let me switch the camera around. So I got a couple packages from Summit Racing. This shift knob I am super excited about. It's a Hurst shifter for my 5th generation Camaro automatic. This is a BMR drive shaft tunnel brace. Stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to take you on a tour of my Camaro, 2010 Camaro 2SS RS. A little bit dirty right now. I've done some things to it. So as you can see, it has the ZL1 factory reproductions wheels. I just put some new rubber on it. They were the only ZL1 spec all seasons I could buy, and I love them. They're a good price at BF Goodrich. Comp 2AS, I believe they're called, with 305s in the rear. Love the tires. They're good in the rain, cooler weather, probably not snow, but better than summers at least. The cool thing about this car is it was one of the first 5th generation Camaro builds. I love black. Of course, it's all black. Has low miles. We're talking 50,000 kilometers, which is about 31,000 miles roughly. I don't drive a ton, no accidents. As you can see, beautiful downtown Vancouver, BC, way far over there. Okay, other mods. So today I installed the Hurst shifter. It's an automatic. I know some diehards are gonna hate on me, but I love automatic, especially for city driving. This Hurst shifter looks pretty badass, at least in my opinion. I think it came out in 2019, 2020 now, so I think it's relatively new. I just think it gives me the look that I wanted in the car. Again, I love automatic. All black leather seats. I updated the Camaro mats sometime back with some newer ones. Now, as far as performance mods, that's where I love this car even more. It has, I'll open the hood. It has, of course, I started with the cold air inductions intake. I actually need to clean the filter there. I bought a kit recently for that. Of course, it's a 6.2 liter V8. This is an automatic, so it started out at around 400 horsepower. Of course, the cold air inductions added some power. From there, I talked to Genetti Racing and I ordered the Dynatech headers, got new spark plugs, new wires, Dynatech headers, and high flow cats. Okay. Of course, you got to do a tune, so I got a Genetti tune. Added about 50 horsepower to the crank, so about 450 horsepower to the crank. From there, I bought a Summit Racing X pipe. I welded that in to replace the resonator, as well as some Flowmaster American Thunder axle back onto the factory exhaust. Now, I did have some Dyno Max VT, I believe they were called, mufflers. However, they were starting to wear out a little bit, the stuff coming out of the muffler tips, the fiberglass. So I warranted them, got the Flowmasters. Now the Flowmasters are a lot louder. They look pretty damn badass, the black paint, the big tips. The only thing is they do drone a little bit now on the highway. So I don't know if that was the Flowmaster or if that was the X pipe. You can't really see it. I'll try to show you where the X pipe is underneath there. So X pipe is way under there somewhere. And of course I installed the BMR tunnel brace earlier to try to make a little bit more room for that exhaust system for the X-Pipe. I may have to put in some spacers like I did on the original plate, see if it hits. So basically, full exhaust, including tune, intake, and it's pretty loud now, pretty badass. So see if I can actually fire it up with the, it probably won't start actually with the hood open. But if I close the hood, I took the engine cover off as well because I think it looks better. I got a, I believe it was a heater hose, got it rerouted to the side of the engine. It used to be on the top, so that was a nice little add-on. That's a GM part. They did that when they did the headers. Okay, so I'll close the hood. Of course, I like sunroofs. A lot of people don't, but I do because I like getting a bit of sun coming in. Tires, exhaust, it's just a good car. Drive it year round. See if it fires up for me here. Can't really hear on the iPhone here, but it has a very deep growl. It does drone now at certain lower RPMs. If I'm doing, 60, 70 miles an hour, it will drone a little bit. 30, 40 miles an hour, not so bad. Some people don't like Flowmasters because they say they're a little restrictive, and that could be. But I believe that it's less restrictive than the factory resonator because I swapped out the X-Pipe, took out the Dynamax. I believe it's probably less restrictive now, but again, I don't know. I love it other than a bit of drone, but it's a muscle car, right? So you got to deal with a little bit of drone there. So if you want to sound good. Well, what other news do I have other than I do have a special car on order to add to my collection, so that's going to be a surprise. This is a car I'm probably going to keep because I've had it since, bought it when it was 2 years old. It had a few thousand miles on it, like new, never driven in rain. Got a pretty good deal because I saved on that first couple year depreciation. It was like new. I've had it now for about 8 years, and it's been amazing. And I think it's going to go down as an all-time muscle car. I think it looks, there's definitely some similarities with the 67, 68, 69 Camaro. I prefer the 5th gens over the 6th gens as far as the bigger body. It's more of a muscle car as opposed to a sports car. That's just my own personal preference. Of course, I'd take a 2019, 2020 ZL1. Of course, I would take that all day long over this, but for the price, the power, I think this is very hard to beat. I run 94 octane. That's what it's tuned for. We can get that here locally. Oh, I also just put new brakes. They actually run Brembo brakes, so I got new pads and new rotors all around. That was a very expensive job. They were pretty much shot. Again, it was at the dealer, and definitely not a cheap job, but it definitely has some nice set of Brembos on there. I think they're actually made in Italy, which is pretty funny for an American muscle car. But Brembo is the, I guess, leader in the brake business. Yeah, so love the car, and I don't think I could let her go for what it's worth right now, which isn't a whole lot. So pretty much factory spec other than the tune and the exhaust system. I guess wheels. I'm definitely turning into more of a purist as I get older. I think it's hard to beat the GM engineers. Anyway, I'll wrap it up at that. And again, today I did the Hurst automatic shift knob, which I absolutely love. I think it makes the interior so much better. And then I didn't film it, but the BMR tunnel brace was swapped out. I had the old plate. When I had the new exhaust put on, again, I needed to put spacers. I figured why not get a BMR tunnel brace. Gave me a bit more clearance as far as underneath the exhaust, although we'll see if the exhaust hits and go from there. Anyway, have a great day. Stay healthy. Summer's coming up. Rock on, baby. Just kidding. Bye for now.